All right, so trade shows. We're going to talk about approach now. Now, there's a couple things that I include in an approach. So there's a couple processes. You're going to have, I'm going to break it down to 5 seconds that you have to grab their attention within the booth, using your booth as the attention getter. You're going to have 30 seconds to give your commercial or your pitch. You're also going to have another minute or so in order to bring in your patrons or attendees and have them either purchase a product, take a look at product, and fill out a raffle. So I'm going to talk about the raffle in the next video, but I'm just going to talk about the approach and getting people in. So if it's a really busy show, you want to say hello to absolutely everyone. So you're standing up at all times. I don't care if it's a show for 8 hours, you're never sitting down, you're never chewing gum, you're never on your phone, looking at your phone and taking messages or even talking on the phone. That's not an option here. Even if it's a slow show, you're then, if you have no one to talk to and you're standing up, talk to your vendors. It's slow, everyone's going to be talking to each other, and that's where you can hit up people for other MLMs or whatever. Okay, so you're always standing up and ready to talk. If it's a really busy show and it's like a wedding show, for instance, this is what your approach is going to be. So you're going to grab their attention within 5 seconds by saying hi to them. So you're going to say, "Hi, how are you doing today?" And then they're going to look up at your booth because you're going to try to figure out what you are. And they're going to see your banner. And this is where you start going in with your 30-second approach or your 30-second commercial. And you're going to say, "Wow, hi, how are you doing today?" And they're going to say, "Oh, hello, hello." And they're looking up and you're going to say, "Have you ever heard of Younique before?" And they're going to say, "No." And you're going to say, "Oh, well, Younique is actually one of the fastest growing cosmetic companies out there. And the reason why is because their #1 product, the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara." They're like, "Oh, okay." And you're going to say, Look at my eyelashes. One eye is actually with 3D Fiber Lash Mascara and the other eye is with L'Oreal Voluminous, my favorite mascara before I tried 3D Fiber Lash." And they're going to be like, "Wow, your eyelashes are really different." And you're going to be like, "Yeah, can't you see the huge difference between mascaras?" And you're going to keep on trying to talk to them. So you're trying to get their opinion, you're trying to engage them, and you're trying to get them involved in your conversation so they believe what you're selling. Okay, and they're going to say, "Wow, that's really different." So now you have a comparisons between products. Okay, and they're going to start asking questions. You're going to lead into with your 30-second speech and your 30-second commercial, and you might tell them, "Well, you know what? This mascara goes on like mascara. You don't need to use have extensions anymore or falsies. It's all natural, which is super important. No chemicals on your eyes, and it easily washes off. But it goes on like mascara, and it's water resistant, smudge proof, and cry proof." And they're going to be like, "Wow, how does it work?" And you're going to have the 2 tubes in your hand at all times, And you're going to then show them how the mascara works. So you're going to show them, this is the gel, this is the fibers, this is how you put it on, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to show them. So you got them intrigued and you're talking to them. Now, people might be walking by. Make sure that you're watching people. If there's another presenter, make sure that they can talk to them and everything. And when they're going to be in your booth and they're going to be looking, and you're going to be like, so it's a complete product line, not only mascara. This is the rest of the products here. And, they're going to be interested. And then what you're going to say at the end is you're going to say, "You know what? And if you're interested in the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara, we have it here today selling at the show. You're going to save on shipping. The product price is this, and we have it available here. We take cash or credit card." They're going to be like, "Oh my God, that's great, blah, blah, blah." Okay? Now, you might sell the product. They might be interested in other product. If they're interested in other product, they're going to ask you, "Do you have any other product to sell?" And you're going to say, "No, but you know what? And make sure you have this 2 order forms." So you're going to say, "You know what? Let's take your name and information and put down an order form. I'll fill out the information that you need, that you want to purchase or you're interested in, and I will get in contact with you after the show." You will also have chatty Cathys. You want to get rid of chatty Cathys because chatty Cathys will take up all of your time. So when you have someone that's coming in there and just, maybe an elder lady saying, "Oh, what other products do you have? Can I try this on? Can I, do all this?" and say, "You know what? Why don't you take a look at the product, but let's write down what you like. And this is a really busy show. I'm sure you want to go to the other booths, and and I will get in contact with you after the show." So there's your exit strategy. Now, filling out the raffle is a great way to get information, and that's what I'll be talking about in the next video about raffle tickets and raffles, sorry. And so if you have a busy show, lead in with your 5 seconds to say hi to everyone. You're going to do that regardless at any show. And then you're going to go into your 30-second speech. Now, if people are finding that are a little bit more put off, then you lead in with the raffle and you're going to say, we have a raffle today worth of $50 free of Younique products. Why don't you fill it out? You have nothing to lose. So as soon as you say you have nothing to lose, they'll fill out a ballot. So those are just some approaches that you might want to do at a vendor show. I found this really works with people, and it really does help try to sell your product and also get contact information.